What's going on, everybody? Chef Irie here again, and we're going to be doing another tasty, delicious recipe for you. And today we are going to be doing prosciutto, sage, and apple stuffed pork loin. Yes, yeah, I find all kind of craziness in the refrigerator, the freezer, and of course, sometimes you gotta go to the supermarket just to add a little few usual suspects. So I had to go get sage and prosciutto. But the pork I already had. So, a little bit about me. I'm here in South Florida. Private chef caterer. Host Taste the Islands on American Public Television. Yes. And I do have a cookbook out, Taste the Islands. Make sure you get it on Amazon. Anyway, so, let's get started, man. So, we have over here in the corner, we got some garlic. We got some diced apples. Red onion dice, red and green peppers dice. We got some chopped prosciutto. We got some more apples, some parsley, some green onion, some sage and some thyme, some brown sugar, butter, seasoning, and of course a cocktail. Yes, I hope you're having one too. Yes. All right. So we're gonna get this started, and prosciutto is a dried cured ham. It's Italian, and basically they slice it very thinly, and you can eat it. It's not cooked, so it's cured. The process takes a good little while. And when this slice is nice and thin, you can just eat it just like that. Today, we're going to cook that up with the apples and all the accoutrements. And then we're going to put it right in the inside the pork loin. And we're going to serve that with sort of like a apple compote sauce. All right? So, we're going to do something real quickly. I'm going to start the cooking process. Actually, no, we're not going to start the cooking process. What we're going to do is talk about the stuffing. So the stuffing is the apple, the prosciutto, the peppers and everything, the sage and all the herbs, a little spice. Didn't add any salt in it because of the saltiness of the prosciutto. And we just want to saute this down real quickly with a little butter, a little oil, just to get the apples cooked through. Because one of the things when you're stuffing anything and you're going to cook it, you want to make sure that the stuffing, is cooked and edible, not raw. You don't have to worry about, the prosciutto because it is what it is. But if you're using something like, say, sausage, if you want to, change the prosciutto out, or use sausage, bacon, you gotta cook it, sausage, you want to cook it, So just to make sure that the stuffing is cooked part of the way through, and once you sear it or put it in the oven, then it will cook all the way through. Awesome. So we're gonna start. So this is our stuffing. All right, just like that. If you can see. So we're gonna add a little blended oil. So this oil has olive oil, sunflower oil, and grapeseed. And we're gonna add a little butter to that. Turn this heat up just a little bit. Just a pat of butter. Yeah, there you go. A pat of butter. All right, so we just want to get this started so we don't take too long, cooking this. Turn that up a little bit. So while that's heating up, I'm going to show you how this is done. So here's your pork loin, I guess medallions. And you want to keep some of the fat on. You can take it all off if you want. But you want to get a nice, thickness to this, and you want to have a paring knife, small knife. That works better than that. If you only have a big knife, that's fine. Paring knife works well, and a sharp one. All right, so you want to start. Just make an incision here, and go all the way down the front side, and you want to make sure that incision goes deep enough, but not all the way through the medallion. All right. So basically all you're doing is just creating a little pocket, and you want to do this on here. It's even better. All right. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to add the pork. We're going to turn this down a little bit. And we're going to add the ones that we've already seasoned. I'm going to show you how to season those. All right. So you got your seasoned mix, and you just basically want to make sure you season the inside, and then of course the outside. Nice and generous. And we got here garlic powder, paprika, onion powder, a little coriander, a little ginger, a little black pepper, and a little salt. All right, so that's our mix. And now we're going to stuff our pork loin. So you can put as much of it in it you want, or as little as you want. You want a nice generous portion. Alright. Awesome. And then we're just going to add this to the pan. Alright. Now, when this dish is completed, like I said, we're going to be serving this with apple, sort of like an apple compote. So that, and also for this, we're going to add the remaining, vegetables that we have into this sauce. So don't really want anything to go to waste. So everything is going to get added to the sauce, and we're going to utilize some rum as well. All right. So we're gonna have both diced and sliced apples, just for the look. So we're just gonna dice up some of the apples. I'm gonna move this knife, put you over here. All right, small dice. All right. Now, when you're in the kitchen, you want to make sure that your knives are very sharp. A dull knife is a very dangerous tool in the kitchen. So, when you are working in the kitchen, I'm going to grab it right now. Hold on, let me see. Yes. Look at that, the magic. You want to have your steel ready. So if you're doing a lot of preparation, doing a lot of cutting, throughout the cooking process, you want to make sure that you have one of these. And we're going to check our loins, because we're looking for a nice, sear. And we're going to flip them over. Yeah. It's not going to, flip them over, flip them over. Okay, can add a little more oil to that, just a little bit. So what you want to do, make sure that as you're cutting, you're chopping, you're dicing, every so often, you want to get your knife, and you want to run your knife on your steel. This is called a steel, sharpening steel, okay? And basically, it just keeps your knife sharpened. So if you got a dull knife, this is not going to help you much. That means at that point, you really need to get your knife sharpened, either by, you have an electric sharpener, stone, or you take it to a professional to have them sharpened. And basically you just want to go from the heel of the knife to the tip of the knife, straight down, and you do that on both sides. And if you're afraid to do it just like this, you can put your knife on the cutting board, put a towel, put the tip of the steel, and just go like that on both sides a couple of times, and you're ready to go. Alright, so we're going to finish dicing these. Alright. Alright. So my cocktail, I see it over there. What am I drinking today? So, this is Grand Marnier with rum, triple sec, orange juice, and a splash of grenadine. Like that color. You see how that like that color thing? I like it too. Delish. All right. So we have some color going. Turn that up. And what we're going to do, make some space. And I'm going to put this right on my cutting board. Because all I was doing was cutting down. I'm going to take that out. Just go pour them out. Yeah. Alright. So we're going to add a little more butter. Pretty much all that I have here. So this is probably about 2 tablespoons of butter. I'm going to add it all. And so we're getting all that stuff up on the bottom. And we're going to add our apples. So we got apples with the chopped ginger, chopped garlic, apples, more apples, more apples. All right. And we're gonna just move that around on the pan. All right. So we got the butter, apples. We're gonna add some brown sugar. And yeah, about 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. All right. Hey now. And we're gonna mix that around. And the leftover stuffing, we're just gonna start adding everything back into the pan. We got onions, all of that goes back in. The red and green peppers. Yep. The little prosciutto that we had left. Add that back in. And of course now we're gonna add our herbs. We got the sage. Yep. Thyme. Alright. And we're gonna add a little more seasoning. Alright. Last 2. And we need some heat. So I got some red pepper flakes. Now, you want to use a little different type of heat flavor. You can use Scotch bonnet, Serrano, habanero, some jalapenos. But the red pepper flakes, they're good. Alright? And just because we can and we should, we're going to add a little rum. You know, the island boy in me. Alright, so we're going to turn this up. And what we're going to do is put our pork loins back in the pan. Alright. Yes, sir. Alright, turn that heat up. Add a little more seasoning right on top of that. And then we're going to cover it. We're going to cover it. And this, you want to cover this maybe for another 3-4 minutes, give or take. So it's pork loin. Doesn't have a lot of fat inside of it. You know, the fat is mostly on the outside. So because it doesn't have a lot of fat content, you don't want to cook it too long because it's going to dry out. So typically when you're doing, you know, pork loin dishes, you want to have a nice, you know, sauce to go with the pork. So your pork chops, you know, when you fry up your pork chops, and your pork tenderloin, you know, those are the same, similar cuts in terms of fat content. So you don't want to cook them too long. I'm going to add a little more rum to this just because I feel like I should. And Yeah. There you go. All right. So we're gonna get this stuff out of the way. Wayment. And we're gonna get our dish ready for plating. All right. So what I have on the dish, on the plate, is just some watercress. All right. And we're gonna let this sit, and we're gonna let it hang out. You know, yeah. Now, what can you serve with the pork? This will go great with some mashed potatoes. It will also go good with some rice. Yes. Oh, you Southerners down there. Yes. Can I get some red rice? Yes. Smells good already. Smells good already. All right. So what I'm going to do, just rinse the cutting board off. And we're going to get ready to plate this up. Wipe that off. Plate. Knife. All right. Let's see what it looks like. Touch it, touch it, touch it, touch it. All right. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right. I'm gonna put this back in for maybe about another 2 more minutes. All right. So what we're gonna do when we take it out, we're gonna put one on the plate, and then we're gonna slice it. Slice one for presentation, and it should be awesome. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yes, cocktails, chef and cocktails. Trust me, it's the best thing ever. All right, so we're just gonna get some of this stuff out, and we have 2 more things that we want to add to our dish. We got some chopped green onions. And we got our chopped parsley. Alright. Oh yeah. So the good thing about this, once the sauce starts to thicken up because of the sugar and the butter, it's ready. Alright. So I did say this is not going to take too long. So I'm going to take a couple of these out. Actually, I'm going to put it right on the plate. Just like that. Just like that. And we're going to spoon some of our sauce right over it. Ah, yes. See how beautiful that pot is. Nice. Here we go. Turn this off. Got our apples. Let's put some right over the top of it. The prosciutto, the sage, the rum, the butter, the sugar. If you didn't know, apples and pork go well together. And so that's what we got right here. Yeah. And just a little more of the sauce. We're good to go. And once again, it's another cool dish by Chef Irie. Hey! All right, turn that off, stove off. And this, yeah, there you go, peoples. So we're gonna garnish this a little bit. So this is your prosciutto sage and apple stuffed pork loin with I guess apple rum butter sauce. Yes. How's that? How about that? Thank you. Hope all is well. Peace out. Remember, food and fire experiences all the time.